Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworms. This is the third time I'm trying to do this video because the last two times, the first time I did this when I just got back home from work and I was absolutely dead tired, and you could see it in the video. The second time was after I had gotten probably about 45 minutes of sleep. I was still dead tired and loved it. Now it's 5:01 in the afternoon. I have gotten well over 5 more hours of sleep. I am very happy about that. So now I'm wide awake and actually look like that I got some sleep. So the big news going on Book Talk and BookTube is the fact that Amazon is going to be bricking older models of Kindles from the very first model they ever brought out all the way to the 2012 model. I don't know which one that was. So everything within that time period is going to be bricked, and people are pissed off about it because of the fact that they have a perfectly good Kindle and they do not understand why in the world Amazon is doing this. Newsflash, they all do it. Every last e-reading company does it. They may not do it now, but at some point in the future they will do it. Why? Because that is just how it works. That is just how it works. And that may not be a legitimate answer, but that is essentially the truth. Older models may have things about them that a company may not like. For example, is the older Kindles did not have ads. And maybe Amazon wants you to see ads all the time. I don't really know. Most people just go ad-free anyways. Because if they do ad-free right off the bat, they don't have to worry about it when they get the device. And then of course, there could be the possibility that they're just not accepting downloads anymore, or like they're on the verge of not accepting downloads. Now, this is an industry policy. This is something that all industry, all companies that have an e-reading store, that sell devices that allow you to download content onto your devices all do. And Barnes & Noble, about, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, announced that they were no longer going to support older models of Nooks. And of course, an article I read revealed that Kobo did it. Kobo bricked older models of their devices. And so we can get mad all we want. However, I think there is such thing, and I keep on calling this performative outrage. You get mad just for the cameras, you get mad just for clicks or for comments or for all that. I literally don't care. I don't. First and foremost, I do not own an older model Kindle. The oldest Kindle that I own is the 11th gen Paperwhite, and that still works. I don't use it anymore, but it still works. So yeah. So they may hit me with the brick in 10 years when I'm like 56 years old. Or they may hit me with the brick in 5 years. I don't really know. Would I be upset that they were bricking my device? Absolutely not. I would be like, okay. My advice to people is this. If you have an older model Kindle that is going to be bricked next month, and you have a bunch of books on it, make sure those books are available for offline reading. That way, when the change happens, you won't lose your books. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, it sucks. It does. But as that article said, Kobo did it. They all do it. They all do it. but here's the thing about it is that some people were like, not, yes, so, I'm pretty going to guess some people were doing this, but I just happened to get one video that did it, where this girl was using the whole thing with Amazon to promote the Kobo Libra Color, which I have no desire for that device. I have a Kobo Clara BW, and I can't stand the thing. I even did a video, I think about a week or so ago, where I talked about why I no longer use my Kobo. I just don't like the device. The device, I'm going to add to that, the device feels like I'm reading from a device from the early age of e-readers. It's slow. I was constantly fighting that thing. I was like, no, I'm just going to go back to Kindles. And I whipped out my Kindle Colorsoft, and I just started having a grand old time. So even the Kindle Basic, and I got some great news. This is fully working. I actually follow some troubleshooting, and now all my books appear when I order them. I have to sync the device sometimes, but it works. And my books, when I'm done with a Kindle Unlimited book, it does go back to, it goes off my device and back to Amazon. So yes, I'm very happy with it. I've noticed that I have grabbed a hold of this device than my Paperwhite. I just love the size. I love the size, and I absolutely love my sleep cover. I really do. This is amazing because when I get to work and nobody's there yet, I just pull out my Kindle, open it up, and read for about 5, maybe 10 minutes. And then I clock in and start my shift. And it's absolutely an amazing device. And I'm really glad I bought this. For a device that was $99, which is great because, in all honesty, I'm on a very, very limited income. I really enjoyed this device a lot. I've been reading a lot on this device, and I love it. I really love it. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just grab it, I stuff it in my front of my bag if it's not raining, and I just walk out the door. It's a great device, and I'm going to look forward to using it during the summer. But anyways, so yeah, so I mean, people are getting upset about it, and this is just feeding into the belief that they have that this is something solely Amazon does, when it is not. Barnes & Noble does it, Kobo does it, they all do it. And for people with Books Palma, I don't understand the appeal of a device that looks like a phone. Give it time. But the company that makes the Books Palma will discontinue that device. And I am really wondering what she's going to do when her Kobo Libra Color gets bricked. And she's like, why can't I use my device? Newsflash, they discontinued it. And I really think that, and this is my own personal opinion about it, I don't think that Kobo is going to tell people that they're discontinuing their certain models. I think they're just going to discontinue it, break your device, and you're going to be like, why can't I get on it? I'm like, I don't know. Why couldn't you use your Kindle? But, and the really weird thing is, well, someone commented and said, well, this is why I prefer physical books over digital. And I'm going to say this, unless you live in a large house with maybe a room or two dedicated solely to reading your books, you're going to be discovered pretty quickly that owning physical copies of all the books that you ever want to read is going to turn you into a hoarder, and years later you'll be on some weird version of Hoarders, and your children will wonder what the heck they went wrong. Like, how, I'll tell you that, or what went wrong with you. They'll be like, Mama just constantly bought books. And that's exactly, and and I will say this, one of the huge things I love about Kindles is that you can have thousands and thousands of books on your device, and it does not appear in your physical life. And yes, I am all for physical media. I'm all for physical books. I'm all for Blu-rays / DVDs, physical music and all that. But if you live in an apartment in New York City where you can barely breathe oxygen inside your own apartment, these things are great. And I love them. I really love e-reader devices. And yeah, it's something that, sucks about companies, but here's the thing. These companies revolutionized how we read books. And unfortunately, we have to accept that these companies that gave us these products that we now enjoy using, they're going to discontinue their older models. So the era of the first Kindle is over, all the way up to the 2012 model is over in May, unless you do what you have to do. Your device is going to be bricked. But you can still read it, but you can't do other things with it like you used to. Anyways, so that is my video. I hope that it made some kind of sense. I just feel like that as somebody that that doesn't do this performative outrage, I think that it's important to have people to say, okay, look, I know you're angry, I know you're upset that this is happening, but this is an industry practice that every one of them do. And you cannot escape it. You can go to Kobo all you want, but they will discontinue your device at some point in the future. Okay, so, yeah, so in other news, I'm very, very happy that I can now, that my books appear. My books, when I send books back to Kindle Unlimited, they go back to Kindle Unlimited and vanish off of my device. Today I got Tragic Toffee. This is the 4th book in the Amish Candy Shop mystery, and I will be reading that book when I read the one that is kind of a part of that series, but it's not going to be clumped together in the same same place. Okay. Anyways, that is my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.